Nurse Amy, and I'm from the Dr. Bones and Nurse Amy's Doom and Bloom show. We have a podcast on Mondays at 9 p.m., which is broadcast on blogtalkradio.com. Please come listen to our show. We also have a website at www.doomandbloom.net. We talk about all kinds of things like urban homesteading, medical topics, and general prepping so you can be prepared if something happens. But today we're going to talk about building a raised garden. Now, I've already put this one together, and as you can see around us, I have built other ones too. This takes absolutely no effort whatsoever. You just get two 8-foot long 2x10s. Now the 10 is how many inches? Now you can make them a little bit deeper if you'd like, but I really wouldn't go less than that. If you get just 2 boards and have them cut at 5 and 3 feet, you can make a nice square with 2 boards. You don't have to get fancy. I did buy something that's easy for me. As a woman, I like to just bang this on, put the screws in, pop the top on, and there you go. Literally in 5 minutes, you have a raised bed. So once you've put it together, oh, and by the way, handy dandy drill. Makes it easy. After you put it together, you want to put in your soil. I only use organic soil. So fill it up, depending on what other amendments you need to put in it. Go ahead and fill it up at least 3/4 of the way. You want a little bit of space so that the dirt doesn't splash out when it's raining real hard. So we fill this up with soil, and I like to amend it with compost. Now, you can use your bag compost, you can use homemade compost, which is really awesome, and I'm working on some of that now, but it's not ready. Or you can use pelletized compost granules. This is all very slowly, so that your plants can absorb the nutrients over time instead of being leached out of the water with the first downpour. You got it? Okay, so amend your soil with some compost, and then you want to add humus. Humus stores nutrients in the soil, so when the root system is ready to eat it, it can be given. This is really good and helps prevent that leaching that I was talking about when there's a lot of rain and the nutrients just wash out underneath. So add some of this, and I just pour this in some water and then would just sprinkle it over. The next thing I do is, depending on what you're planting, you need to change the pH of the soil. This is a great reason to use raised beds because you can amend it to the pH of your plant. Now we're going to be putting some blueberries in. So I used some hydrangea soil acidification, and it's organic also. I used the whole bag once I read the directions, and that brings the pH down. Now, since we're planting blueberries, I used orchid bark or just a generic fir bark, and this is fir bark also. But these have the perfect pH for blueberries, which is 4.5. So I just mix that in the top part. This is the soil acidifier here, which I mixed into the soil. And then you would just take your blueberry. Usually it comes with just the roots and not a lot of the mixture. Just make a little hole. I'm going to make a hill. Give some place for the roots. And I want this to have good drainage. I really want these fir bark pieces to be closest to the roots to keep the acid near the root system so that the plant is nice and happy. And I would put a little more soil there. Make sure you keep the top empty. You don't want to suffocate the plant. So pack that in. Now once I get that planted, again, you need a lot of pine straw. When it's hot, this is going to help keep your water in the soil. You don't want your plants drying out. Pine straw also adds a little bit of acid to your soil, so it's all good. So that's how we would make a raised bed. That's how I would plant a blueberry. And I hope that you too can build some raised gardens and get some food growing. Take a look real quickly at what I have so far. And this is Nurse Amy saying, thank you for watching. Get some food growing. You can't go wrong. And remember, we want you to prepare for anything. Thanks. Bye-bye.